The US-Iran War, a conflict decades in the making. For more than 4 decades, the relationship between the United States and Iran has been defined by mistrust, political rivalry, economic sanctions, covert operations, and military confrontations. What began as a strategic alliance during the Cold War transformed into one of the most dangerous geopolitical conflicts of the modern era. The roots of the conflict stretch back to 1953, when a CIA-backed operation helped remove Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh after he nationalized Iran's oil industry. Many Iranians viewed the event as foreign interference in their nation's sovereignty, a memory that continues to influence Iranian politics today. Everything changed in 1979. The Iranian Revolution overthrew the US-backed Shah and established the Islamic Republic under Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Later that year, Iranian students seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding American diplomats hostage for 444 days. The crisis shattered relations between the two nations and marked the beginning of a new era of hostility. Over the following decades, the conflict evolved into a shadow war. The United States imposed severe sanctions on Iran, accusing it of supporting militant groups across the Middle East and pursuing nuclear weapons. Iran denied seeking nuclear arms, insisting its nuclear program was intended for civilian energy and scientific development. The disagreement fueled years of international tension. A brief period of diplomacy emerged in 2015 with the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, commonly known as the Iran nuclear deal. The agreement limited Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. However, the deal unraveled after the United States withdrew from it, reigniting tensions and increasing fears of a regional war. The situation escalated dramatically throughout the 2020s. Proxy conflicts involving Iran-backed groups, Israel and U.S. forces intensified across the Middle East. Regional instability following conflicts in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq further increased the risk of direct confrontation. In 2025, tensions exploded into open warfare. Israeli strikes targeted Iranian nuclear and military facilities, while the United States later joined military operations against key Iranian sites. Iran responded with missile and drone attacks against regional targets and U.S. interests. The conflict quickly became one of the most dangerous military confrontations in the Middle East in decades. The war triggered global fears. Oil markets became unstable as the Strait of Hormuz, a critical route for global energy supplies, faced disruption. Governments worldwide warned that a prolonged conflict could damage the global economy and destabilize the entire region. Despite intense fighting, international pressure pushed both sides toward negotiations. Multiple ceasefire efforts emerged, with mediators from regional and international powers attempting to prevent a wider war. Discussions focused on nuclear restrictions, sanctions relief, and maritime security, though deep distrust remained on both sides. Today, the US-Iran conflict remains more than a military struggle. It is a battle shaped by history, ideology, regional influence, energy security, and competing visions for the future of the Middle East. The question facing the world is whether diplomacy can finally overcome decades of hostility, or whether another chapter of conflict is still waiting to unfold. The story of the US and Iran is not merely about two nations. It is a cautionary tale about how historical grievances, political ambition, and mutual distrust can transform rivals into enemies for generations.